Hi guys, quick tutorial here on how to get your closed captioning in a live class via Webex. I'm going to put both of these links in the description beneath the video. We've got the download link for Webex and we've got a test meeting link. You should follow through on both of these links. Number one, to make sure if you haven't got Webex downloaded that you download the full app for Webex. You will see that you can join meetings even if you don't have Webex fully installed. It'll say, do you want to just join by web app? No, you do not. If you join this way, you will not have full audio functionality. The captioner will not be able to receive audio from you, and therefore, obviously, you're not going to get captions. So you want to make sure long before start of classes that you've downloaded the particular app. If you have an admin situation where the school is sort of checking installs on your computer, you may need to contact IT to do this, but make sure you have the full Webex app before beginning. You can just go to this download page to get it. You can see there's a version for Windows. It's probably going to be the 64-bit if you have any sort of modern computer. And then there's also one for Android and also obviously for Mac. So go there, follow the prompts, download the app. When you're done, or if you're not sure whether you already have Webex installed, which you might, you can go to this test meeting link and make sure that you can get into a meeting that way. I'm not going to click on that now because I'm going to show you getting into an actual meeting, a test session that I've set up so that we can go through what it looks like when you're actually joining. So we're going to assume that you're in on your first day of classes here and you've got all the info that we'll be sending you so that you can join your class. That info will constitute mostly just this meeting link. This meeting link will be for each one of your individual classes, but it is good for that class for the entire semester. So if you have multiple different classes, you'll get a link for each of them, but it doesn't matter if you're joining that class Monday, Wednesday, Friday for the entire semester. The link for that particular class will always be the same. So make sure once your staff at your school has sent you a meeting link that you keep a hold of this link, save the email, do whatever you need to do so that you have this accessible throughout the semester. This link will not change unless for some bizarre reason we need to change it, and we will notify you. You can see also here, there's a password listed. We by default use this password for all these classes. It's capital P, the @ symbol, lowercase ss, 123. So capital P, the @ symbol, ss, 123. Again, this will be included in the information sent to you at the beginning of the semester. So just make sure you have it all saved somewhere. So I'm going to go through now and click on this particular meeting link. Again, I've already got Webex installed. If you have Webex installed and you've already logged in, it's just going to go right through to your class. The first time you're logging in, if you've never used Webex before, it may prompt you to add use your name and email. Thereafter, it's going to retain that information and not make you keep adding it. So it's popped up this particular screen. Just make sure you are aware. This screen that I'm looking at right now, you can see it has this join meeting link on the bottom. This screen is just a lobby. I am not in the meeting yet. The captioner is not going to be able to hear me, nor are they going to be able to caption, nor am I going to be able to see their captions. So make sure you're just in this lobby screen, you click join meeting. If when you click join meeting, doesn't let you in immediately or gives you an error about the host not joining the meeting, then you need to reach out to the school to let them know. It may be that you're just trying to get in too early. The captioners should be joining your meeting 10 to 15 minutes early to enable time to get set up. If you're joining earlier than that, it may not let you in quite yet. It'll just tell you you've got to wait for the host to start the meeting. So I'm going to click through on join meeting now. Okay, so this right here is me, as it says, Alistair Cairns. And then I've got this bizarre state name here. We've got Boise, Idaho. Just as a way of keeping our Webex accounts organized, since we have so many, we've got different state names and we're just using capitals. So Boise, Idaho, we've got California, Alabama. It really doesn't matter. Obviously, this isn't the actual name of the captioner, who will probably introduce themselves. So just to look at some of the functionality of this, I can see that I've got the host already in here and I've got myself here. You can see right in the center, this is the your audio status. Right now, you can see right here, there is a microphone that has a little hash mark through it. Kind of difficult to see, but there is a red mic just there with a little hash mark through it, and it's saying unmute. Obviously, it's asking me to unmute because I am muted. You want to make sure that you unmute, but you also want to make sure that your microphone settings are correct. I'm going to click down on this. So there's a little caret next to the microphone that you can click on. When you click on them, it's going to bring up a speaker and a microphone setting. The speaker, of course, not particularly relevant. You're not going to be listening to what the captioner has to say, nor should their mic be live. However, the microphone setting is very important. Make sure that the microphone that is checked here, there's a blue check mark immediately next to the microphone listed. You may see multiple microphones listed in this section. Make sure it's the correct microphone that you've been provided that's going to provide that good quality audio for the captioning. So if you have a Revo X-Tag mic, for example, and that's been given to your professor as a lapel mic, make sure it's saying Revo X-Tag USB mic here. If you've got an omnidirectional mic that's plugged into your computer for a more group setting, make sure that that's the mic that is listed here. Whatever type of microphone you're using, make sure it's checked off. What happens very frequently is a student will complain about getting poor captions. Unbeknownst to them or the captioner is receiving audio from their internal microphone on their laptop. Obviously, if the professor is a long way away, that's going to be pretty bad audio, and the captioner can only caption quality captions if they're getting quality audio. So just make sure that your microphone setting here is correct. Sometimes the captioner may tell you that your audio quality isn't that good and it's something that needs to be addressed. You would see that communication via chat. In the event you get a chat, sorry, I got an echo there because I unmuted myself. If in the event you get a chat, it'll pop up here and you can see there's this little notification mark right here. So I'm going to click through and you can see there's this mock message I sent. Hi there, audio quality is a little bad. Could you check your mic settings? This is where you will be communicating with the captioner. You will not do it via mic. We don't want to get into that. We don't want captioners accidentally live micing. In your classroom, we will just stick to this particular chat. This is where you would want to communicate to them anything. If you have, for instance, there's some wonky spelling on something that you need corrected, you want them to add it to their dictionary to get better quality captions, this is where you can do it, or if there's anything else you need to express to them. So, what we want to look at next is where you will actually see your captions. If you join the meeting at the right time and the captioner is already set up, you won't even need to see this pop up. It'll just pop up when you're joining. So you should see this multimedia viewer pop up once the captioner is in and sharing their captions with you. So you can see this warning comes up, external site. The host or presenter would like to open this particular website. You can see it says textcast.peoplesupport.com. That's what it should say. And then there's a code at the end of it. You'll just click continue here. And then this big blue box will pop up. This is resizable, so if you want to make this bigger, just drag the left margin of it. If I go right here, you can make it bigger this way. If you have your chat still open, it might look like this. You can hide any of these panels by clicking the little caret in the upper left of them. And now I've got this nice big open captioning here. This is where your captions will begin flowing. Again, the one thing that's wrong here is I've got myself muted. The reason why I have myself muted is I'll get a terrible echo if I don't, but you don't want to be seeing this. You want to see this right here with the green going up and down, and again, the correct mic selected. So that is basically the long and short of it. If you have, number one, yourself unmuted, you have the correct link. Number two, you have the correct microphone setup so that they're getting their good audio. And you lastly just click on the allow for an external site. You'll see your captions here. If anything's not coming up as it's supposed to, or you're having any other difficulty and you're within the particular session, just go ahead and go into the chat and you can tell the captioner about it. They will then contact us, and technical support staff on our end will come in and try to assist. If we can't help as best we can, we will reach out to the school, and if there's some sort of intervention needed on their end, we'll ask them to help out as well. One last thing, an additional link I'll be providing, just in case for some reason you lose the link and you still want to have some means of getting into your particular session. What you can do is go to this rapidtext.webex.com link, and you can always find your particular session in here. So if I click through on this, this will just be a sort of clearinghouse of all the meetings that we have. So it doesn't look like there's any here, it just says join a meeting. But if I go into the upper left and I click meetings here, so I just clicked on these three sort of settings bars, click to meetings, it now is listing a smattering of classes. And I could find mine here, Example University, Webex Captioning 101, and then I just click join. Obviously make sure you're joining the correct session. Right now we only have 4 classes. It's before the semester is really starting to go for most colleges. When you're looking at this site, if you have to, there will probably be dozens and dozens of classes here. You just click join here and go in. It's asking for that meeting password. It's the same one as I said before. Again, that will be provided for you. Just as sort of a backup way of getting in. In addition, if you're having any issues whatsoever with the appearance of the multimedia viewer, you can actually configure this, but it's not particularly obvious how it works. So if you just mouse over the extreme upper left of this blue box, you see this rapid text display option box pops up. But I have to be over this extreme upper left to get it to pop up, and then I can click on it and change any of the settings within. If you change these settings, you can make font size larger. You can change the colors to be a different contrast. That is how you go about doing it, just to make it a little easier to see or a better contrast for your particular vision. So that is basically it, guys. Obviously, there's a little bit more to WebEx I could go through, but I wanted to keep it fairly simple. This is basically what you should be seeing. If anything isn't looking like this, or you're having any difficulty whatsoever, obviously reach out to your school, and we'll be in touch with them and resolve it. So good luck with your classes this semester, guys. Thanks.